Next league is our first ever league start, and I've been looking into a lot of different builds lately, and I'm trying to figure out the one that I want to stick with when the new league starts. So I'm really wanting to lean towards like a sword and board type of build, because this last season we went like archer style, but this next one I really want to go like sword and board. So I found one today that I'm really intrigued with, and I kind of wanted to watch with you guys and get your opinion. So in the comments, let me know what you guys think about this particular build, and if we should go with this build in the next league start. All right, so we got the Static Strike and Shockwave Slayer. I really think it looks cool. I think that it'll be nice, and this is, you'll see.
This is
Look how
Palsteron's
cool it
Static
looks.
Strike and Shockwave Slayer. Why would you want to play this build?
Dude,
This is why.
look at that. That, like, I don't know if there's many other sword and board type builds out there. I mean, I imagine there's a ton, but like that Shockwave, like, it looks beautiful, and I imagine that there's probably some different kind of things that you can do, like
Today we'll be unpacking this
different kind
glorious
of
screen
like
cleaner as we begin
microtransactions
Build of the
or
Week
to make
Season
that look
11.
different.
I'm
But
David
I just,
from
I don't
Grinding
know.
Gear
I think
Games.
it looks pretty cool.
To understand what's happening here, we'll have to talk about the two main skills,
Okay.
Static Strike and Shockwave.
Static Strike and Shockwave. I
Static
haven't
Strike is a
even heard of
lightning
these.
attack. When you hit an enemy, you begin emitting beams of lightning that strike monsters around you.
So the beam is kind of like an AoE, like, I don't know, pulsating damage ability, and I think I kind of like that because, like, you know, sword and board builds, I know that you're not supposed to do as much damage like with your sword, so, and like they're supposed to be more tanky, so I like the AoE damage that is involved with that. I really do.
In this case, Palsteron isn't just using Static Strike for damage, but instead as a convenient way to trigger Shockwave.
See, and I really think like the Shockwave too on top of that, like that looks beautiful. And I see that like you're probably damage stacking from different things. So like Shockwave and the static. So like you're getting the two different skills that are like kind of pulsating, you know, like AoE damage that's going to, you know, amount to quite a bit of damage there. So I think that's the direction they're going.
Linked to Static Strike, Shockwave is a support gem attack. It's
Look at
creating
that.
those big
Look at
satisfying
that.
circles of death you're seeing.
Look
in this
at
case
that.
with a fancy MTX applied.
Yeah.
What makes this combo so powerful
All right.
is that it does not rely on attack speed.
Okay.
Shockwave has a fixed cooldown, meaning we can't make a trigger any faster than this. However, Palsteron has realized that as long as
But honestly, 0.62 seconds, like that is fast enough.
Static Strike isn't shooting out its beams too fast, it can be synchronized with Shockwave, giving us consistent procs of the skill every 0.6 seconds or so for the duration.
Wow.
As it
Okay.
turns out, this combined with the 5 uses that Shockwave can store up is more than enough.
Dude, that
We can hit something once with Static Strike and just wander around blasting Shockwave for as long as Static Strike lasts.
I mean, come
And since we don't
on.
need to invest into
I mean,
attack
come
speed,
on. Look at that. Would that not be awesome to build that? Like, just be running around, just Shockwave beaming everybody. Like, this guy isn't even attacking, dude. Like, what the heck?
we can focus on the good stuff. Damage.
Okay.
Let's take a look at
Offense.
how we scale these skills. The simple explanation, strength stacking. This is a popular build archetype. so we'll breeze through it here.
2,238 strength.
Essentially, we'll aim to gather as much strength as possible in our tree and gear, and then
Okay.
we'll use an array of synergistic items to make the most of our swole stack.
Okay.
The foremost of these is Replica Alberon's War.
I just want to stop for a second and just say that I don't know what it is about like sword and board builds that just really get me going, but I think that that character looks freaking cool. Like, if I had that skin and I was running around, I would be like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just me.
These give us flat chaos damage based on our strength. This costly item is
Chaos,
almost
okay.
required for the build, but by gosh is it worth it.
1 to 80
The
damage
large amount
per
of flat damage is
per
especially useful
strength,
for skills like
80
Shockwave
strength.
and Static Strike that don't scale with attack speed. However, you may notice
I mean,
that
you
the
have
boots
you have 2,300 and something strength, and then you get 1 to 80 chaos damage attacks, 2 attacks per 80 strength. So you're already sitting. Oh my gosh, that's okay.
a mod that prevents us from
Wow.
dealing anything but chaos damage.
Can't deal
This
non.
means our
Okay.
strength stacking, which is giving us a huge physical damage increase by itself, is going to waste.
Okay.
To get around this, we need two things: Iron Will, which applies our strength's physical damage increase to spell damage, and Battle Mage's Cry, which applies our spell damage to attacks.
What?
Basically, we've come full circle, and we're getting increased damage out of our strength again. One huge advantage for strength stacking with this build comes from a particular mod on our mace. Palsteron is using this mod that scales area of effect from our strength. It's a global area of effect increase, which is how we're creating such massive shockwaves.
3% increased area of effects per 50 strength. And the dude's already got over 2k.
You might notice Palsteron is using the new skill Frozen Legion.
Okay.
This provides a whopping burst of damage for bosses. And since it's cooldown based like our other skills, we don't need to worry about scaling it with attack speed.
Ah, dang it, dude.
Our main skills for a frankly unfair 70% more damage multiplier, without worrying about the attack speed downsides. What happens when something manages to hit us back?
My bad.
Palsteron has invested in several layers of defense.
Okay.
Fortunately, by stacking strength, we've got a nice big life pool, around 6.5k or more depending on our setup.
Is that good amount of life for all the seasoned PoE players? Because you know I've only been doing this for like 3/4 of a league. It is 6,500 health. Is that considered a lot? Like I know that my character, my character is a marksman, and my health is like completely dog crap. So you know 6,000 to me seems like whopping numbers.
Also capped out our block chance at 75%,
okay,
thanks to our shield and the Iron Fortress.
Another
useful strength stacking item. Since we're a Slayer, we can take advantage of overleech mechanics. These
100%.
passives
Oh, wow.
essentially allow us to gain extra life leech and keep it coming, even while we're at full life.
Okay.
This is important because we actually have no life regeneration. And there's a good reason for that.
So you have, and that is why I want Sword and Board, because you have all of these. Yeah, you probably don't do nearly as much damage as like a marksman, but your health is high, and you have the game has a way to boost up your DPS to make you do more damage, and so you're able to be tanky and have a lot of damage. I don't know, to me it just seems the way to go.
They turn our life regeneration into something better. Rage.
What?
We've got enough life and regen that this allows us a very long uptime on Berserk, a buff that consumes rage for damage reduction.
What?
And as you might surmise, Berserk is great for our damage. Otherwise, we've also got 30 to 40k armor and Molten Shell, and we've taken Unwavering Stance for stun immunity.
Okay.
All in all, the build is very survivable, and Palsteron notes it has carried him through encounters with juice metamorphs and essences all the way to level 99.
That is sick. Like, just look at him just
Palsteron
blowing
has
things
created
up.
A high investment, high power build which plays as smooth as butter. It's rare we see an Autobomber style character that doesn't rely on heralds or trigger spellcasting.
That's what I was looking for. It's kind of like an auto bomber. Maybe it's not like a Sword and Board build. This is like an auto bomber build, I guess. And I did notice that he was using a mace as well. So they're really using spell damage. So I don't know.
And even rarer when it's a melee character.
Right.
Hats off to Palsteron for his contribution. Be sure to check out his thorough video linked below for more detailed information.
Yeah,
if you'd like to look clean while you clear screens, here's the list of microtransactions we use in these scenes.
Yeah, we probably need to hook some of these up, honestly. I really like this build. I mean, just destroying stuff and not even caring. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if there's a different kind of Sword and Board build that you guys think that I should use in the next league start, send it to me. Put it in the comments for me. I'm trying to find that perfect build before the next league, because I really want, like this last league, I didn't use a build. I made my own, right? So I really want to see how much I can really push my character going into the next league. I did kind of dabble with like an RF kind of character, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that might be cool, but I really want to use the Sword and Board. But all right, guys. Hey, listen, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Make sure you check out yesterday's video. That was the first of the series of, what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get a reaction video type of series to different builds, and that way you guys can see, different styles of builds. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, also live stream this weekend. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and notify. and check out Twitch. Let's go. Get it.